If you are looking at new construction for Arizona, you're going to want to watch this video in its entirety because I've been watching other area videos, meaning other parts of the country, and what the standard is for new construction, what they recommend for upgrades, amenities, options, etc. Very different in Arizona, not only because of our climate, our weather, but also just the way you live in Arizona. So don't miss this because we're going to break it down starting with the first thing, and that is options. So when you look at new construction homes, there's usually, first of all, a base price. You want to pay very close attention to what that base price list includes. Now, each builder is very different, so it's not apples to apples. In fact, depending on the part of town, it also can vary. So for instance, I happen to know Blandford Homes, fantastic builder. They were building in Gilbert, and their base prices at the time were starting right around 500,000 or 600,000. And let's just say they had A through M that they were going to be including on an inclusive options. They bumped the price up by $100,000 to sell the same model in North Phoenix called Desert Ridge, but they also included up higher upgrades and more standard deliverables. So again, it's not always apples to apples. You're going to want to make sure you give us a call because we're going to walk you through every single builder and all the little details that sometimes when buyers, they're so overwhelmed. There's so many different things that you have to pay attention to. That's why you need a clean thinking head to help guide you along the way. So the options, when you look at floor plans, first of all, sometimes they have like a base that's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with an option of an office or a 4th bedroom. From a resale perspective, I always tell people this. You want to plan your exit as you begin, or plan the end and the beginning, however you want to say it. From a resale perspective, a bedroom is going to get you a larger buyer pool, typically a higher appraised value. And when people are shopping, if they truly want a 4-bedroom, they're going to only be searching for homes with 4 bedrooms as opposed to a 3-bedroom plus an office, and then the office can be converted into a bedroom. So from an office perspective, I work from home. I work in a bedroom. So my recommendation, if you have a choice, you can still do double doors, but make sure there's a closet so that you can consider an office truly a bedroom. There's always different opinion. The real definition of a bedroom is they have their own ingress and egress, which means if it has a window and a door of its own, it can be considered a bedroom. But I'll tell you, everybody argues all about the closet. So you know what? Defer to the weakest link. So if you have a choice between a 3-bedroom plus an office or a 4-bedroom, go with the 4-bedroom. Next thing is going to be pre-wiring. When you buy a home, I call it from a dirt, the first appointment that you're going to have is electrical and pre-wiring after you've already sat down and picked out the options that we just talked about, like the bedrooms and such. But really, they're going to try and oversell you, honestly, on this pre-wiring as far as like video cameras and stereo systems and things like that. Unless you know for a fact exactly what you want, I would recommend with all the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi technology that you just do this afterwards. The builder is going to charge you an arm and a leg. Yes, it makes sense to do things like pre-wiring for additional can lights, or maybe having, if the home that you're buying, honestly, today they all are pre-wired for ceiling fans in Arizona anyways. But if it doesn't come with that, you want to make sure you get that installed before you build the home. As far as outdoor, a lot of people put ceiling fans in. I'll be honest with you, you can hire somebody afterwards for about $75 to pre-wire your exterior patio to have a ceiling fan feature, and the builder's going to charge you about $150, $200. So just to give you an idea, If you don't need it right when you move in, don't pay for the builder to do it. The way they build homes out here, you can do this super easy after the fact. Okay, number 3, I'm going to jump straight into paint. The colors that are out there right now, there's a lot of choices. And I would say, honestly, you're going to be doing different color paint in different parts of your house. The builder to do it, it's going to literally be 3 times as much. They usually have an A, B, or C color choice. And I would say just go with whatever is included. And then when you really want to get to a custom color, do it after the fact. And then you can save yourself literally a significant amount of money. When you are using the builder, they're going to charge you an arm and a leg. And that's just not something you really need to focus on when you're building the actual home. All right, the next part, which I'll be honest with you, like I said, I saw this in another video and they didn't even bring this up. Cabinets. Cabinets are going to be the biggest expense for you in your home. It's very surprising. Most builders, unless it's a luxury builder, most builders have a very basic, although nice, cabinet. You are probably going to spend more money in upgrades in cabinets. And here's what I would spend it on. It's the quality of the cabinet and also the pullouts, the soft close. I would highly recommend that you do that with the builder. It's convenient, it makes sense, but here's where I would suggest you consider differently. A lot of the model homes today are showing cabinets in the laundry room, and they're showing cabinets even in the dining room, or some of these very large homes that have like breakfast kitchens or a butler pantry and things like that, or even cabinets, the mud room, the one-stop, whatever they call that. Those kind of cabinets can absolutely be done at literally a third of the price, maybe half of the price of what the builder is going to be doing. In fact, usually you can get the name of the exact cabinet builder and just order from them directly after you close. I'll tell you, the markup on this stuff is ridiculously over the top. So I would say focus on the kitchen cabinets, have it done, but then the rest of the house do after closing. You're going to save yourself some significant coin there. All right, the next one, I'm kind of going to go straight over to the countertops, right? That's the next thing that people are oohing and ahhing about. The standard for the most part in today, even in the entry-level first-time homebuyer homes, is granite, at least in the greater Phoenix area. Here's where things are very different in Arizona. Arizona countertops are very different than I'm finding in other parts of the country. Most of the builders, they're basic, even the entry-level builders, their basic is a 1-inch, very standard grade granite countertop. If you are really trying to save money, you can just get the basic and it's going to be okay. But I'll be honest with you, you're going to get your biggest bang for buck if you put your money in kitchens and bathrooms. So my recommendation is where you're going to want to add money is going to be on your countertop. Quartz is a very, very big thing in Arizona now. I don't know if it's hit the rest of the country, but I'll tell you, a lot of people that are coming in from other parts of the country are still asking for granite, and they're surprised when the builders are only including quartz, which again, that's an upgrade. Quartz will outlive us. It is self-care. You don't have to do any maintenance. It is absolutely durable, and I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You still want to be careful with like wines and paint and things like that, although there is some solvents that get that clean, but it's going to be much more manageable than granite. And the quartz styles are more timeless than granite. If you decide to go with granite, my recommendation is to spend the money, you're going to laugh when you hear this, on the edge. And what do I mean by the edge? There is the 1-inch, and sometimes it looks like there's a 2-inch or even a 3-inch granite slab, and honestly, it's not. It is just the edge. It's a bull nose. Like, that's how you elevate. You don't want to go the little sparkly stuff. That's kind of like that first level. My recommendation, if you do go granite, is going to be probably that second or third tier. If you work with us, we'll show you, we'll go with you, and we will not only prepare you ahead of time, but we'll go with you when you're picking your granite, and we'll show you what's really, again, going to be more timeless and a better investment for your dollar. So I'm going to say upgrade your countertops, again, just because honestly, to replace even cheap granite, to replace it, you're going to be spending minimum $5,000 to $10,000, if not more. And it's definitely worth putting it in your mortgage. Oh, by the way, while I have you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that little like button and let us know if we can do some videos that you haven't yet seen. Now, the next biggest dollar you're going to spend in your home is flooring. And here is where it's very, very different from state to state. Arizona, if you didn't know, is the desert. Phoenix is the desert. I shouldn't say Arizona. Phoenix is the desert. We have a lot of dust. And let me tell you, during monsoon season, when it's not raining and it's just blowing around, you are going to be using that Swiffer. You are going to be using that. I have, the little guy that cruises around. I could literally just clean my floor and it still picks up a whole bunch. You are going to want easy maintain type of flooring. The builder, even in luxury homes, they will always have the main walkways and all the water areas. So that means the kitchen and the bathrooms as a tile, where they don't use laminate, they use tile. And if you want to upgrade to a luxury vinyl or real wood, or if you still want to go tile, you're going to have to upgrade in your walkways, and you have to decide about the bedrooms. So back to the whole, we are a desert and there's a ton of dust. If you have carpet, you're going to want to clean your carpet at least once a year, if not twice a year, because that dust, that dirt gets into the carpet. And I'll tell you, if you're looking at light carpet, you're going to be doing it more often than even that. So my recommendation is to allocate extra money to spend on flooring. And that would be not only upgraded flooring, although some builders have some really great standard, but extend the tile walkway areas. Now, the bedrooms are going to be a personal choice. I'll be honest with you, I still like carpet in my bedroom, but there is a lot of buyers out there right now that do not. And a buyer will pay more for an all tile home, but that changes again when you have a 2-story. So again, we'll walk you through all this. We'll have these conversations with you even before you go to your design center appointment. We can contact the builder. We can ask for an online list. We can get familiar with the options, the upgrades, the textiles, the pricing, the different levels, and you can kind of have a good idea of what you're going to be doing once you get into the design center. So when you start talking about the flooring, even before, again, you go to these design center appointments, go to your local tile shop. Out here, we have tile and decor, floor and decor. We also have tile shops, and we also have a ton of places where you can go and see the courts in full size. Let me tell you, when you go to a builder and they hand you a brick of about 4x6, it's really hard to see what it might look like. You don't want things that are too busy, and you want things to go together. That's another thing, guys. I wouldn't do backsplash with a builder if you're really trying to save money as well. A backsplash you can easily do after closing at a significantly lower price. So it depends on what your comfort level is. If you guys are okay with a little bit of construction dust and discomfort after you close, then more often than not, these not as difficult type of options and upgrades can be done afterwards to save a significant amount of money. Some people are like, I want to move in and I don't want to have to do anything. So it just kind of depends. Also, if you're financing, think about it this way too. And this is why, unfortunately, most builders right now do not allow you to put pools in your mortgage, because that would be more helpful. But again, it's not an option unless you get into $1 million homes. Needless to say, if you're amortizing your payments over a 30-year period of time, unless you pay off that loan, you're really never paying that full amount. All right, there goes the nerdy math girl in me. But flooring is super important, and we'll help you plan that out. The next thing I want to talk about is appliances. I do think that you want to upgrade your appliances because your cabinets will be built to those appliances. Now, if you're buying a home that has a standard width range, maybe a 30 or a 31 inch, then obviously you can change that out. If they come with upgraded ones, great. If they offer an upgraded package, maybe for $1,500, maybe from electric to gas and everything, we really will help you figure it out. Here's the trick too, guys. More often than not, when you are shopping in Arizona, people don't upgrade to gas. And I have no idea why. So when your home is when you're looking at resale, and we get people that come in from, it could be from California, Hawaii, people want gas. It's easier to cook on gas. If you're coming in from the Midwest, it's almost always gas. But it's interesting when you're looking for resale homes here in Arizona, how few gas there are. So if you have the choice to upgrade to gas, you will definitely hit a home run more so than electric. Fixtures. Here's where I would definitely do most of the fixtures afterwards. And what do I mean by pendant lights over your center island? You're just going to have them pre-wired. Based on the size of your center island, they're going to tell you that there's either 2 or you can change it to 3. There's actually equations. You can go online and you can look it up. If my center island is this much and I want to have 2 lights, how far do I put them apart? And then it'll tell you what the recommended size is, or you might want to go with 3 pendants, etc. So there's a little bit of planning that's done in there, but I'll be honest with you, you are going to spend way too much money buying light fixtures just from the builder. Just get what they include. And then, you can go to Home Depot and Lowe's and you can shop around and look and see, again, all their selection. One of my favorites is Lamps Plus, which is a little bit more expensive than Home Depot and Lowe's. But I'll be honest with you today, guys, Amazon is going to be where you're going to get the best bet for ceiling fans and lights. And this means pendant lights. It means lights in your closet, in a master closet, bathrooms, things like that. So the only light addition I would do with the new construction is more canned lights in the ceiling. So that's my little trick. Also, as far as door pulls and door knobs, you don't, unless you're going luxury, and it's a little bit different when you are building a $1 million+ home, you don't want to cut corners, and it's a little bit different. But when you're doing, I'd say anything under $1 million, this is where you can save your money, and you're not going to get the return on upgraded doorknobs or upgraded kitchen pulls. Also, depending on how long you're going to be in your home, we get a lot of people that are about my age that are coming here in their 50s, and this is going to be their home for the next 10 or 20 years. It makes sense then to go ahead and have the builder do some of these things. Window coverings. I'm going to tell you, do not buy them from the builder unless they're throwing them in for free. We are talking significantly more when you buy it from the builder. Not only do I have great connections for almost any type of contractor, but also materials and landscaping. Another thing to not necessarily include with the builder is upgraded front yard landscaping. My recommendation would be to take the very basic that they include at no additional cost, and then you can go ahead and reach out to the architectural committee and let them know that you're going to be upgrading your landscaping. They're always looking for positive improvement. But if you go through the builder, if the builder will allow it, they're going to charge you significantly more because obviously they're going to make some money as opposed to you paying the landscaper directly. Look, guys, if you're thinking about buying new construction and you've never lived in Arizona, you got to give me a call. I'm going to walk you through all these little steps. And when you're buying a new construction home from the dirt, there's a lot more involved. It's not just going online and figuring it out yourself. We want to be your go-to. You just need to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, or weekends, we got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona.